Afternoon everybody, it's a Saturday today and I have been out shopping this afternoon. I managed to pick up some voile panels for my office. I am going to do a finished home office video soon because it got finished last week. I'm conscious that I've actually got some videos of during the renovation that I haven't actually posted yet. I've actually had some technical problems trying to post videos recently. I tried a couple of times this week and they just weren't loading. It just kept coming up saying they were processing, but then they weren't actually going any further. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I shall, the two that I did the other day with my new windows that have been fitted, they posted okay. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm gonna film a sort of finished home office video once I've got my radiator cleaned, because my plumber came the other day and he put the radiator back on, but it's filthy because it's covered in building dust and stuff, so I need to wash that down. And then I've just bought a curtain pole, brand new curtain pole, and some voile panels today from Dunelm, because my old window, for those of you that have seen some of my other renovation videos, it had like a diamond leaded effect on the glass, and it's quite dated, but it's actually good for obscurity. And now that I've got a new window that's just plain glass, I feel like I'm living in a goldfish bowl a little bit. Everyone can see in, and my house is set quite far back from the road because I've got quite a good size front garden, but I went to the top of my driveway and stood on the pavement and looked at my window from there, and you can see everything. And because it's my home office, you know, I don't really want people, because I'm in there 5 days a week when I'm working, I don't really want people looking in. And also, you know, I've got my laptop there and stuff like that, so just for security reasons I'd rather it be a little bit more obscure. So I've managed to pick up some voile panels because I think eventually I'm going to have a blind, but I'm probably going to go for maybe like a Venetian blind, like a wood slatted Venetian. But until I can, it'll be sod's law that I'll have a really awkward sized window and I won't be able to get an off the shelf one. I'll have to get a bespoke, and then it will cost a lot of money. But fingers crossed I can get one that is just off the shelf from a shop and will fit. And then all I have to do is pay for a handyman to fit it for me. But in the meantime, I just need something that will obscure the view a bit. So yeah, I've got these voile panels. I was going to have those anyway, just to like dress the window. So my idea is to have a Venetian blind for actual privacy, and obviously I can then close that completely at night time. And then the voile panels were just going to sort of hang down floor length just to dress the window and make it look nice. But what I'm going to do for now is I'm actually going to draw them close, because they'll obviously still let the light in, but it just acts as a bit of a blocker. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just quickly show you those whilst I've got them. I've literally just got in the door. It's 5, I think it's 5 o'clock, is it? 20 past 5. And I'm absolutely starving. All I had for lunch today was a piece of chocolate cake, which is not very healthy. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this video. I've literally only just bought all the stuff in from the car. I'm going to do this quickly because I've got loads to do. I've got cleaning to do and I need to eat because I'm absolutely starving. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. So the voile panels I went for, they're tab top. So they look like, excuse my nail varnish, I need to repaint my nails, they're all chipped. They look like that. They've got buttons across the top with the tab top style, which I really liked. But then as you can see, they let the light in, and they're sort of a linen off-white creamy effect, very natural, which is what I wanted, because the office has been done in lots of sort of natural nature colours, so that's going to go quite well, I hope. But yeah, they were £20 each, so it's annoying that you didn't get a set really, but yeah, so that's just set me back 40 quid just for those. But like I say, I am gonna keep them anyway, even once I get a blind, and I'll just have them draped down the side, and then I won't actually need to close them once I get a blind. Although having said that, if the blind, even with the slats open, if the blind really affects the light too much, I might choose to like pull the blind completely up during the day and then pull these across, but I'll see. Anyway, that's those. I wanted to just show you some bits that I got whilst I was in Asda. I've bought some more Beetlejuice stuff. Honestly, I'm obsessed at the moment, absolutely obsessed. I can't remember if I said in my previous video where I showed you all the Beetlejuice merchandise that I got. I think I mentioned, yeah, I did. I mentioned that I was haemophobic and that I was really worried about seeing the film. I did go and see it. I picked late night viewing, so there'd be less people, a weekday, so there'd be less people, and I picked the back row off to the side, and there was 3 chairs that actually are sitting, rather than being in like the main row, there's these 3 chairs that are actually, how do I describe it? You know the gangway that you walk up? When you walk right up the top to the the gangway, there's these 3 chairs that are just like across it at the top. So there's actually no one sitting in front of you because you're kind of sitting at the top of the gangway. Now the reason I chose that is because I thought if I did feel funny and I needed to make a rush for the toilets, then I can just rush straight down. And also I wouldn't feel so enclosed in, because if I'm sitting in a row with other people, it's going to make me feel a bit kind of enclosed and a bit claustrophobic. And I wanted to feel a bit more like free in case I needed to make a run for it. I also went armed with my anxiety stone. I have like this little stone that I sort of twiddle. It's a little anxiety stone that I use for when I'm a bit anxious, socially anxious. So I took that so I'd have something to sort of play with. And that did come in handy because I kind of played with it throughout the whole film, to be honest. What else did I take with me? A sweet drink, and I actually took my Beetlejuice drink. Have I got a can in here? No, I can't show you. But yeah, I got some Beetlejuice cans. And so I took one of those with me because I thought that would be rather apt to have whilst I'm watching the film. And I took a few little chocolate bars with me just so I've got something sweet in case I did come over a bit funny. And I took a plastic bag just in case I was sick. And there was no one sitting next to me. I knew no one else would want to book those seats. So I had like all 3 to myself, which was great. And there was only one cup. There was like, I think there were about 4 other couples in there, and that was it. It was really quiet, so that was fantastic. But they were sitting like right away from me, good sort of 6-7 seats away from me, so that was brilliant. And there was no one else on the back row at all. So I just put the seat next to me down, and then I bought with me like one of those bags for life because they're really thick and sturdy, and I thought I don't want to be sick in a bag and then have holes in it. So I made sure it was a really good sturdy bag, and then I just kind of opened it right out and then put it on the seat next to me. And then I took loads of tissues with me, and I had them all bunched up next to the bag. So yeah, I was as prepped as I could be, and I was fine. After all that, I mean, I say I was fine. I was only fine because I avoided watching the bad bits, but I luckily, from watching a lot of the trailers and reading the spoilers, which it's a shame, like I had to kind of almost spoil the film for myself by reading about it in advance, but I'd rather that than have something take me by surprise and be ill. So I was able to anticipate all of the bad bits, and when I knew they were coming up, I just sort of played with my anxiety stone and sort of took a sip of my drink and just looked down in my lap, really. I also had my phone next to me so that I would have something to sort of distract myself and just scroll mindlessly if I really need to take my mind off the screen, but luckily I didn't actually need to do that. But from what I actually saw of the film, it was really, really good. It's nothing compared to the first one, but I'm a diehard original Beetlejuice fan, but that's because it's the nostalgia for me. I was brought up with that film, so it's going to be pretty hard to beat that for me. But yeah, it was good. I felt that it lacked a bit of substance. A lot of people online are saying that it was slow. I was like, the film's an hour and 24 minutes long. How slow do you want it? I mean, it's not... Well, I know there's a difference between length time and being slow, I know, but I didn't think it was slow. It was an hour and 24 minutes long. The first part of it that everyone says is slow, I think you need that because you need to set the scene for what's going to happen later, and you need to build that up. And like I say, I don't think it was particularly slow, but anyway, I felt it lacked substance in the middle, and the end. And the ending was rushed. And I felt that there were a couple of characters in there that didn't need to be in it. It's not that I had an issue with the characters themselves, but they created these new characters and put them in the film. But then, because there were so many subplots going on, and the film is only very short, there was too much to cover in the film length. So they kind of brushed over stuff. And like one of the new characters, which is Beetlejuice's ex, I liked the character. I thought she looked great, and I didn't have an issue with the storyline, like the reason why she's in the film and her subplot. I didn't have an issue with it, but it's just that they brushed over it so quickly. She just wanders around aimlessly for a little while, saying, where is he? Where is he? And then she appears at the end, and then she's gone, and that's it. So I felt that if you're going to bother putting these characters in the film, make the film longer so you have more time to spend on their story, on their backstories. And then it was the same with there was this what's he called, Wolf Jackson, who's played by Willem Dafoe. Brilliant actor. Again, didn't have an issue with that particular character's storyline and why he was in the film, but it was too rushed. So for me, it lacks substance in that respect. And also the dialogue between Beetlejuice and Lydia was not enough. When you consider that he's basically been stalking her for the last 30 years, when they finally do meet, it's like a couple of lines between them, and then they go into the afterlife, or the netherworld, whatever you call it, netherworld, and then they just sod off and go their separate ways. And you're like, the trailer is, hats off to the person who was responsible for editing the trailer, because they obviously did a very good job of making it look better than it was, in my opinion. Because what I got from the trailer was that the main bulk of the story was going to be based in the netherworld. That obviously Lydia's daughter gets kidnapped. She has to Lydia has to summon Beetlejuice in order to help get her daughter back, and then the whole main sort of body of the film is going to be set in the netherworld with them two kind of working together, trying to find her daughter and save her, and that it was almost like a truce between them, that they were going to sort of work together. Now that's what I was expecting. The amount of time that they're actually in the netherworld for is a really, really short part of the film. And like I say, there was hardly any dialogue between them. So for me, that was really disappointing, particularly as Beetlejuice and Lydia are my favourite characters. And I feel like there could have been a lot more of a connection there between them. And that was lacking. But it was very funny. Laugh out loud funny. Like there were parts in it that I was actually giggling to myself. So it is funny. Cinematically, it's beautiful. The colours are stunning. The sets are amazing. And some of them are exact replicas for the original 1988 film. So they've really done it justice there. And the other thing I liked about it was they didn't go over the top with CGI. Tim Burton wanted to keep it very much sort of organic and sort of homage to the original by using animatronics and puppetry and special effects and makeup and stuff like that, which is how the original film is. And I couldn't fault it for that. So visually, it's a stunning film. It's beautiful. I love the special effects. I love the organic feel to it. Characters are fine. Don't have an issue. If you look at each character individually and their individual subplot, don't have an issue with any of it. But I just felt that there was too many of them for the length of the film, and it was rushed as a result, and it lacks substance and it lacks some dialogue. So, but yeah, that's my little review. This wasn't meant to be a review video, but there you go. I've gone off on a tangent as I usually do. So, but yeah, I've managed to pick up some more Beetlejuice stuff today in Asda again. I think because we're now getting close to October, there's some more Halloween bits that are starting to come out, and the seasonal aisle in my local Asda has now changed over from garden stuff, like the summer season aisle, to Halloween stuff. And they had whole 2 aisles of Halloween stuff. And they've put an entire section of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff and Beetlejuice stuff. And I saw it and I was just like, I just kind of hovered over to that section and I was like, oh no, there goes my bank balance. I'm going to like buy loads of stuff. So I'm just going to show you what I've got. Not all of it is Beetlejuice, but most of it is. So yeah, I'll just show you. It's not a lot, but this isn't Beetlejuice. This is a dress that I may or may not keep. It depends on whether I think it suits me or not. I loved it in the shop, but it's one of those things where until I actually put it on, I don't know what it's going to be like. It's in this gorgeous deep plum purple colour. The material is really sort of fluffy. It's not thick, so hopefully it won't get too hot in it. It's actually quite a thin material, but it's a real soft fluffy material, and it's got a slight turtleneck, which I like, so keep my neck warm. And it was £18, and long sleeve, and then it's got this rib design, but then it's got this asymmetrical line that goes all the way. Let me just stand back. There's an asymmetrical line, I don't know whether you can really see that, but it goes all the way down the front, but as it comes down it kind of goes diagonally off, and it's full length. So yeah, I really liked it in the shop. The problem is I've got a, what do you call my body shape? Is it apple? I think you call my body shape apple, where I'm small up top and then I've got like a belly on me. I've always had a belly on me. Even when I was a kid, I had a belly on me. I just naturally do not have a flat stomach, which I really envy other women that do, but I've never had one. And then as I'm getting sort of more middle-aged, and I've quit smoking over the last couple of years, and I don't drink anymore. I think my age combined with stopping smoking, because the smoking used to really keep the weight off me. I used to be like a tiny little stick. I was like, what did I used to be? Back in the day, I used to be a size 6. That's a UK size 6, which is tiny. But that was only for a very short amount of time. But for most of my 20s and my teens, apart from when my weight plummeted when I was vegan for a while, I've been basically an 8. It was only when I got into my 30s that I then became a 10, which is the biggest I'd ever been in my life. And even that is not big, but to me it is big because I'd always been so skinny. But yeah, I quit smoking 3 years ago when I was 36. And since then, my weight has just gone... and I am now waist size, I am about a 12 to 14. So yeah, for someone like me who's always been so small their whole life, to then suddenly be at 12 to 14. But I actually really enjoy my weight. I like being bigger. I just wish I didn't have the fat around the middle. But if I had a flatter stomach, but I could keep the waist size, I'd be a happy bunny. But yeah, the only thing with this dress is because it's supposed to be like a slimline, like a worm, I think they call it a worm dress, where it's like form-fitting, it's not going to look good on someone who's got a pooch. So I've deliberately bought a 16 because I'm hoping that by buying a 16 I can get away with wearing it. It'll be a bit more floaty for me and hide my stomach, but I'm not holding out much hope, so this might go back. It just depends on whether I can get away with it or not. But so that was that. Moving on to some Beetlejuice stuff. I got some underwear. This is £7.50, official Beetlejuice merchandise. It's a 2-pack of girly shorts. I mean, I don't actually wear short style very much, but I suppose they'll come in handy for when it's time of the month. And I can't get away with wearing something skimpy. So one pair is the traditional Beetlejuice black and white striped with Beetlejuice written all over it. And then the other one is just plain black on the back. And then on the front, it's just got his name 3 times and a little sandworm squiggle. And then obviously the name on the waistband. But they are really, really soft and comfortable. Really nice and soft. So I should look forward to wearing those. Like I say, I got a size 12. I'll probably wear them more when it's time of the month. So there you go. I got those. Now, I know I already bought a pair of pyjamas, the Beetlejuice pyjamas, but I've bought another pair. This set was £16. Again, this is all official merchandise. Size 12 to 14 I got, and it's £16. And this is a long sleeve. The other set I got was also long sleeved. And it's just, the top is plain black on the back. But then again, it's just got his name 3 times on the front, but it's in this really thick, shiny material. But the thing I really liked was on the left arm, it's got the Beetlejuice logo. Let me just open this up. It's got the Beetlejuice logo with the little skull on the bat. It's so cute. And the little skulls there, which I thought were really sweet. But this is actually stitched. This is like a proper stitched fabric little label, which I thought was so lovely. And then the bottoms are again the traditional black and white stripe, like my other pyjamas are, but these have got the sandworms on. So there you go. I really like that set, it's really nice. My other set is, the top is the same as the bottom, whereas obviously with this you've got a contrast, which is quite nice. But with my other ones, they are the black and white stripe all over on both the top and the bottom, with green beetles all over and the word Beetlejuice printed in a repeat pattern. So, but yeah, I liked this one because it was a little bit more simple, and the contrast of the stripes and the plain black. Again, really, really comfortable. I expect they're probably cotton. They did feel like they were 100% cotton. Yeah, they are. And this one is not Beetlejuice, but I had to get it. It's another mug. Oops. I got this matte black. Well, it's kind of matte. Skull mug, and it's got skulls on both sides, which I really like because I'm left-handed, and I find that with a lot of mugs sometimes they only do a pattern on one side, so that when you're, hold on, if I'm right-handed, they only put the pattern on that side so that when you're drinking you can see it, but this has got the pattern on both sides, which is fine for me. Now I think I showed you the mug that I got in the previous Asda video where I got this mug, but oh, it's on my draining board. Washed up. I've already got it in white, but last time I went they didn't have the black, and I saw it this time and I was like, oh, I love that. So I thought I've now got black and white. Had to be done. They were £3. The only thing I would say about the white one is it stains really badly. This is clean. I have just taken this off of my draining board. I washed it up this morning, but it literally stained from the first wash. And I know you can put citric acid or what's another good thing? Baking soda is really good for getting rid of that. But for it to stain on the first wash, first use, sorry, normally you get that level of build-up when you've been using it again and again and again for a long time. But for it to get like that from the first wash, I thought was a bit naff. And I've got a chip on the handle already, which is annoying. It's only very small. It's the outer layer that's come off, which, yeah, is a little bit annoying. But anyway, I still really like it. And I know it's clean, it's just stained. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, I got the black one. I won't have the problem with the black one. Weirdly, the black one feels really smooth and the other one feels a lot more rough. So I don't know whether that's having a difference with making a difference with the staining sticking more because it's got a rough texture, possibly. But anyway, it was £3, and yeah, I just had to get it because I thought it was really nice. I can't remember if I've showed you this. I picked up another mug. I've bought so many mugs recently. I'm going to have to do a big sort out and get rid of my old ones. I got this recently from Home Bargains. I can't remember if I showed you it. It says, I put a spell on you, and it's got a little pentagram and a little crystal ball and a potion and a little book on it, and it's like a cauldron. But I loved the what do you call that? I always think it reminds me of oil. You know when you spill car oil on the ground, and you get that in the road sometimes. Do they call it is it iridescent? But anyway, it's not dishwasher or microwave safe, this one, because of the electroplating. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. And again, it reminded me of Beetlejuice with the sort of really vivid, cool green and purple. So, anyway, I got that black skull mug, £3. I got another mug. Oops. I got a Beetlejuice mug. They had 2 different styles in Asda. This one I had to get because it had the black and white traditional stripes and it actually had the ghost with the most on it. It's got Beetlejuice himself on it. The other one just had the Beetlejuice sign, you know, the sign above his grave that's pointing down to his grave that lights up. It was an all black mug with sort of the Beetlejuice sign, and it said ghost with the most with a couple of green beetles on it. But I had to get this one because it actually had Beetlejuice on it and it matches my duvet set. I can't remember if I showed you my duvet set because I think when I did my Beetlejuice haul last time, I hadn't bought the set. So I can't remember whether I've shown you that now. But anyway, I did end up buying a duvet set. And this goes with that. I've got Ghost with the Most at the bottom of the duvet and it's actually got Beetlejuice on it. And then it's got just a few little beetles. Same on the other side. So again, at least I, being a lefty, can see it when I'm drinking. It's quite a nice size actually. It's not too big, not too small. And I like the slight curve to it as well. This one is microwave and dishwasher safe. But yeah, I had to get that. I thought it was really cool. That was £3 as well. Yes, £3 as well. And then keeping in line with Kitchenalia, I got some more glasses. Oops. I got 2 Beetlejuice glasses. So that's the what I was talking about. The other mug had that on it, but it was all black with that. Yeah, I got 2 tumblers. One has got this on it. These were £3 each, I think. And then the other one has got Beetlejuice on it again with the sandworm and the Beetlejuice logo. So there you go. I am going to have to do a big clear out because I do not have room for these in my cupboard. I don't even have space. I have a tree mug. Is it no, not a tree mug, a mug tree. One of these. I have got a mug tree and that's my little pumpkin one. And I've got mugs all up in the cupboard here and I've actually run out of space and I've just gone and bought another 2 mugs today and 2 more glasses. I think I have a bit of an addiction problem. Whoops. So yeah, and these are actually really good quality glass. They're very thick. Sometimes when you buy novelty glass, they're a bit flimsy, but these are actually quite thick glass. So anyway, I liked those. And then the last Beetlejuice thing I got, which I can show you, is I got myself a little bag. And again, they had 2 types. One was all black on the reverse, and then on the front it was basically like that. So you know what I was saying, they were basically the same as the mugs. So this matches that mug, and then the other tote bag matched the other mug that was all black with that on it. But I prefer the stripes, so it's all stripy on one side, and then it's got the Ghost with the Most on it with the little beetles and Ghost with the Most on the bottom there. And this one was £4, little tote bag. It's not that big, but I've got a couple of tote bags and they're like huge ones for when I do my food shopping. But to have a smaller one this size is quite handy actually for some smaller bits and bobs. So yeah, I got that. Everything else I got was food. So I'm not going to show you that because it's boring. I don't think there's anything else I can show you really. Oh, I can show you one more thing. Oh, come on, in you come, quick. For any of you who may be collecting these, I got Beetlejuice Fanta can. Well, actually, I got 24 of them. He's really difficult to find, and I can only speak for the UK, but he has been really, really hard to find. I went to 10 different shops, and I couldn't find him. Lydia I found, because they're doing loads of the characters, but I only want Lydia and Beetlejuice. And I'll show you Lydia. I've got, oh, God, blimey, my cat just went under my feet and nearly tripped me up then. I thought I was going to go flying. That's Lydia. So yeah, if you go to most supermarkets in the UK, you will find Lydia. She's really, really common. Slightly less available is Dolores, which is Beetlejuice's ex. Lydia is a fruit twist flavour, which is really nice. Dolores is lemon, Fanta lemon. And Astrid is orange, Fanta orange, her daughter. Do you know what I find quite interesting? Beetlejuice, spelt Betelgeuse, which is how Beetlejuice himself spells it. That's actually the name of a star constellation. And Astrid is also a star name, which I thought was quite interesting. Whether that was deliberate or not by Tim Burton, I don't know. But anyway, Astrid is Fanta orange, Dolores is lemon, Lydia is fruit twist, and they do have Willem Dafoe's character as well, Wolf Jackson, the cop. They do have him, but he's a really obscure flavour. I think he's grape, which is like a... What are you doing? Oh, sorry, hold on. My cat is doing something she shouldn't. What are you doing? Get down. No. You want to go out again? Go on. No? Honestly, my cat just crying to come in and then she wants to go out again. Yeah, I think that Wolf Jackson is grape, which is a really unusual flavour. And they also do Delia, which is the actress Catherine O'Hara, who plays Lydia's stepmom. And she is... I can't remember what flavour she is. I can't remember. But those are all the ones that I've seen. Delia and Wolf Jackson are slightly harder to find. But I have come across them. But Lydia and Dolores, I've seen loads of. Beetlejuice, on the other hand, I have not found anywhere, despite searching in 10 shops. So I cheated. I went online to the Coca-Cola website and bought direct in bulk. I didn't mean to buy in bulk, but when you're buying online like that, they don't sell them in packs of 4 or 6 or 8, because I suppose the cost of the shipping alone, it wouldn't be worth it buying a smaller pack like that. So they only sell it in bulk, like wholesale size. So you get 24 cans. So I bought 24 cans just so I could have one of these, because in my home office, what I wanted was to have Lydia and Beetlejuice side by side on my shelf, which I do have now. And that's my little collection. I have drunk them. I know some people that are collecting these are not going to drink them, and I suppose if you do that, they'll retain their value more. But I got them for me. It's not to keep for the value's sake, or, you know, so that I can sell them in years' time and, you know, gone off manky old Fanta drink on eBay. I actually bought them for me, so I don't really care that I opened and drank them. I just wanted the actual can. So yeah, but all the other ones, I don't know what to do with them because they are so hard to come by. I don't know whether, like, I mean, so far I've been washing them up and saving the empty cans in case anyone else wants them, but I'm not going to charge stupid money. I might just put an advert on Marketplace or something and say, look, if you want one, come get one. It's only an empty can and it's been washed up, but if you want it, I'll see. But yes, I did manage to get him, so and that's it. That's all I can show you, really. I'm gonna go because it was only a few little bits to show you and I'm absolutely starving, so I'm gonna get on with my dinner. I've got a lovely lamb Rogan Josh. I've got a cheat tonight. I bought myself one of those takeaways from Asda. Lamb Rogan Josh. Yum, yum, yum. I haven't had a lamb one for ages. Normally I get butter chicken, or what did I have last week? I had tikka masala last week, which I hadn't had for a long time actually, but normally my go-to is butter chicken. But I fancied something with a little bit more of a kick today, so I don't like really spicy food, but I don't mind a little bit of of a kick. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. Do you know, this is supposed to be a meal for two? Look at the size of it. How is that a meal for two? I mean, it's a meal for two in that normally this pack size, when it's a meal for one, you literally get a split compartment and they give you rice in one half and then the meat in the other half. And it's the same size pack, but it is just half the meat and half the rice. Those are classed as the meal for one. When you buy these, it's the same size pack, but it's just the meat. So that's supposed to be a meal for two. And then you have to buy the rice separately. But I thought, I've got rice at home, so I'm just going to cook my own rice. But this, I'm sorry, unless you've got an appetite of a sparrow, this is not a meal for two. So yeah, either that or I'm a pig. But that's what I'm having. So there we go. As I say, I will do a video on my completed home office. I'm not going to go and get the curtain pole and show you that. I know I've shown you the tab top panels that I bought, but I'm not going to get the curtain pole because it is way too long and I'll have to drag it all through the house again to show you. I've just put it in my study. But yeah, I bought like an off cream curtain pole. So yeah, the rest of my weekend is going to be spent cleaning because now that all of the home office has finally been done and then I've had all my new windows put in, there is brick dust on everything from where they had to take all the windows out. I keep getting, even though I've dusted the other day, I had to wipe all my worktop down in here because they did that window. I dusted it all down and I washed it, and despite doing that, I'm still finding it. Like if I swipe my fingers on my worktop when I come in here in the first thing in the morning, it's still dusty. But it's going to take a while. When you ever have work like that done on a house, it is like the dust just keeps on coming for a while until it eventually settles. So I'm going to have to do a deep clean this weekend. That is my goal. Now that I've been out and actually managed to get myself the panels for the window, I'm going to put the curtain... I don't know if I can put the curtain pole up on my own because the brackets for the old pole that are up, it's the diameter of the old pole is much thinner than the new one that I've bought. And I mean, I can unscrew the old ones and then using the existing holes, screw the new brackets in, but only if it's the same width. If it's not, if the brackets are bigger, and they don't fit over the pre-existing drilled holes, I'm going to have to get a handyman to do it because I can't use a drill. As awful as that is to have to admit, I am rubbish when it comes to stuff like that. Drills scare me. I don't even like using one. I don't like the sound of it. It just makes me nervous. So if I can manually unscrew the screws and put the brackets in myself with the existing holes, I will do. But if the sizing is different and we've got to drill new holes in, I'm not doing it. So I may not be able to put the curtain pole up straight away, but if that's the case, I'll put the tabbed voile panels up using the existing curtain pole for now until I can get my new one put up. But yeah, I've just got to clean this weekend because everything is dirty and horrible. And my Hoover is usually kept behind the back of my two-seater sofa because I don't have a cupboard big enough to fit it in, and it's just keeps it out of the way, out of sight. So I normally keep my Hoover behind the back of the sofa. And then when I had to take all my furniture out, like 6 weeks ago, I had to take all of my furniture from the study out when the room was being refurbished. It all got put into the living room, all in front of my sofa. And I then couldn't move any of it. So for about 6 weeks, I have not been able to hoover my house, which sounds absolutely awful. And it is. It's been driving me nuts, just having such a dirty floor. It's been driving me crazy. But, you know, when you're having home renovation works done, you have to accept that there is going to be chaos and mess before it gets better. And, yeah, finally, bless my mum. Last weekend when the work was finally finished, and then I had to start, like, last weekend I spent the weekend cleaning the floor in that room and mopping it and getting rid of all the paint flecks on it, and I was literally on my hands and knees doing it. And my mum, bless her, once the furniture was all back in, I had somebody help me do that. Thank you, by the way. Massive, massive thank you. You know who you are. I had someone help me put all the furniture back in. And then once that was done, my mum came round on Monday evening for dinner. And she helped me. Well, I was trying to get all my stuff back in, because although the furniture was back in, I needed to put all like my little knickknacks and, you know, things back in, and all my books into the bookcase and stuff like that. So I was doing that. And then whilst I was sort of trying to make the room nice and starting to put all the nice little knickknacks in, my mum, bless her, she hoovered for me. So, I mean, it needs doing again, because it was so bad. It's going to take a few goes of the hoover to get it how I like it, like spotless. But my mum hoovered, so at least it was better than it was. But yeah, I do need to go over it again. So the rest of my weekend is going to be spent hoovering and dusting and cleaning, and that's it really. So I'm gonna go. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Please like my video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.